Marina Miron is a researcher at the Defence Studies Department of King's College London. She joins us from Munich. Good to have you, Marina. So firstly, we know, of course, the clock is ticking, isn't it, on locating this missing pilot of this downed F-15E aircraft. From what you understand strategically, what protocols will the pilot on the ground and the teams involved in the search be following right now?
Hello. Thank you for having me. Well, first of all aircrew members are trained to survive and evade and then resist and escape. So this SERE school and also Special Operation Forces in the United States. So most likely, depending on the state of the pilot, he will be trying to blend with the terrain and survive until he is found by the rescue mission. The problem here is, the better he hides, the more difficult it will be to locate him for those conducting the rescue mission. And we know that Iran has announced a reward to civilians who find the pilot. So there are two teams looking for the pilot, one from the air, which is the US side, and the other one on the ground. And depending, of course, on the supplies that the pilot has, on his injuries, of course, we don't know if he's injured, if he can walk, if he has enough food, if he can somehow survive in the difficult terrain, because we don't know where he is. And so those are all factors that contribute to the difficulty. And it would be a political nightmare for the United States, not just militarily, if the Iranian side captures him.
From a strategic standpoint, Marina, at what point does that search and rescue mission transform a rescue effort into something that is potentially unacceptably risky or could even further escalate the situation?
Well, one could assume, given the fact that the Iranian side managed to shoot down the jet, that the Iranian air defenses are not all destroyed. And most likely, there is a high risk for low-flying US aircraft, making the mission risky. And so there has to be some sort of a calculus. What if another aircraft gets shot down while the rescue mission is ongoing? And that could be one of the points where this quickly escalates, because the US doesn't have any ground troops in Iran present. And that could trigger some sort of a horizontal and vertical escalation, meaning expanding the mission, but also a possibility of sending in ground troops.
You've already mentioned that Iran is offering essentially a bounty for capturing this particular pilot. Let's talk hypothetically here, because if that missing pilot is indeed captured, they immediately become a very powerful diplomatic lever for Iran. What happens then?
You're correct. First of all, if that pilot is captured, according to the international law, he should be treated as a prisoner of war and exchanged when the war is over and receive medical assistance and so on. How this will look in reality might be different. So he might be used to extract intelligence about the US mission in the Middle East. But most notably, he will be used for informational psychological purposes. And this is a politically important asset for the Iranian side. So essentially, he might be used as a bargaining chip. And that is a serious matter if we look at the likes of the hostage crisis in the 80s, again involving Iran, and how the mission unfolded. Therefore, it would be detrimental for the United States in political terms if the pilot got captured, and he would, of course, be shown on TV, most likely interviewed. It would send a message also to Iranian allies.
Marina,
so that would be a catastrophic thing.
Isn't that against the Geneva Convention to potentially parade those captured in war, prisoners of war, on television, isn't it?
Well, it depends on in what way, because it doesn't mean that he will be paraded. It could be that he might be interviewed, or it could be that he might want to send a message to the US leadership. So it depends on the condition. I'm not an expert on Geneva Conventions, but as with any law, you have different interpretations, and it all depends on the specific case. And we don't know what a hypothetical case of Iran showing the prisoner of war on TV will be.
It sounds like an extremely high-stakes situation for both the US and Iran to be in right now. Marina Miron of the Defence Studies Department of King's College London, many thanks.